Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a highly critical, unflinching look at how we handle remote Linux environments. For years, we've kind of just treated remote access as a solved problem. But when it comes to accessing your mission-critical systems from afar, it's really time to fundamentally distinguish between legacy network tunneling and modern desktop visualization. Traditionally, remote access has relied heavily on virtual private networks. But VPN tunneling physically extends your internal, secure network perimeter all the way out to every single remote device connecting to it. In the coffee shops, unmanaged home Wi-Fi networks, and personal devices. A single compromised home laptop doesn't just mean a compromised user account anymore. Suddenly it means a fully compromised corporate network, with threats bypassing your external firewalls completely. We desperately need a paradigm shift here. Instead of bringing a potentially compromised device onto your internal network, you completely isolate the access. You merely show the visual screen to the user, which keeps that all-important air gap perfectly intact. And on the other side, you've got ThinLinc. To put it simply, ThinLinc is not a VPN. It completely abandons that dangerous legacy tunneling approach altogether, moving away from pushing vulnerable network packets and instead relying entirely on a much safer, visually isolated architecture. ThinLinc is a Linux-centric virtual desktop infrastructure, or VDI, platform, designed specifically for remote GUI access. It serves as the ultimate strategic substitute for any scenario where your engineering or dev teams need to securely and effectively access a remote Linux desktop. First, ThinLinc keeps all your data and compute tightly centralized right in the data center. Nothing lives on the remote device. Second, it leverages Secure Shell, or SSH, alongside some strict zero-trust principles. And finally, it provides secure GUI access purely visually. Only pixels cross the wire, never your actual sensitive data. Beyond security, there is a stark performance contrast here too. If you've ever tried running heavy graphical workloads, like dense CAD applications or 3D modeling, over a VPN, you already know the absolute pain of latency. Pushing heavy data packets back and forth is laggy and frustrating. ThinLinc VDI merely renders pixels, providing a highly responsive bare metal feel that is drastically superior for high-end Linux GUI workloads. Organizations are already making this architectural shift. In France, real-world IT teams systematically replaced their deprecated SSL VPNs with ThinLinc. The business impact was immediate. They found that ThinLinc's performance actually exceeded the old VPN setups they were replacing, proving its worth for the absolute most demanding, high-end Linux graphical workloads on the market. The crucial takeaway is this: the technology is already here to completely modernize your remote access. You simply do not need to expose your wide network segments just to get critical, graphically intense work done. There is a vastly superior way to provide your teams with the Linux tools they need without sacrificing your organization's security posture. For secure, high-performance Linux VDI, ThinLinc is for sure the modern path forward. You can visit Sendio.com today to start your organization's remote access transition. But I'll leave you with this final thought to take back to your IT teams. In an era of zero trust, why are you still relying on a vulnerable legacy tunnel to protect your most critical Linux environments?